Hello and welcome. Our app is really coming together. We have this first page all worked out, as well as our login and sign up page here as well. Now we're going to make this page. This is our product page, and it will change for each one of the products that are clicked. It will have that information on it. So this is the Alchemy of Automation product. That's the same one we used for this. And you could see what we have here. We also have a call to action here, and we have this fixed element that travels on the page with you. And that's a really fun element for us to make. We're going to write a React hook for this one, so it knows where it is on the page. So right now it avoids the header, but as we reach the bottom, it also avoids the footer. We just do that by getting a point on the screen where we want to make that change from where it is avoiding the header like that to where it would be avoiding, say, the footer like that. We'll also have our topics covered list with our checks, which looks really nice next to our add to cart. So we have our CTA top, we have our fixed element, and we have our topics covered. Let's get to work. Now inside of src, inside of components, let's make one called, we'll make a folder first, of course, product info. That's the name of the folder. Inside of product info will be several things, but we'll start out with product cta.js. And let's just do an import of React from React. And we could just do our boilerplate here. The const will be product CTA, fat arrow function, and export default, product CTA. Perfect. Now let's just return inside of here a div product CTA. And I see my typo here. I think you probably do too. We always import React capital like that. Now inside of pages, let's make this page that we should make here. We'll just call it product.js. Now inside of product.js, let's import React from React. Now, I have a habit of doing this today. Capital React. And we'll have our const product, our fat hour function, and we will export it as well. Export default product. Now let's bring in our product CTA. We called it product CTA like so from, and then we just need to find it up one into components, into product info, product CTA. So let's return product CTA. Now we have that set up, and we're going to go into our app.js and we're going to give it a route, and we will import it first. So let's import product from, and then we will /to pages and product. Now we have that in here. We're going to need to give it an actual route. So I'm going to put that under the auth route. So I'll take this one here, copy it, paste it, change this to product, and change this to product. And we should still be good here. Now we have our exact path going to products. Let's remember that as we make this one button work. This one right here is going to push us to our product page. So let's get to that button, and that will be in components. It'll be in our CTA top. And then we just have to find it, which is right here. So here we're going to do the same thing we did a few times at the end of the last video. And like I said, we're going to get used to these things through repetition and practice. So let's import with router again. Import with router. And that comes from React Router DOM. There it is. And now we just need to wrap this piece with the with router. pass our props in now. Now that we have navigation props, we'll make our function to push us to this next route. Let's call that const nav product. So here's our nav product function. And inside of here, we just want to props.history.push. And what we want to push, which was our slash product. I'm pretty sure we said that, right? Slash product. That's right. All right, let's just hook it up now in our product CTA. Oh, I mean our CTA top. That's where we are. And we need to actually put this function inside here on an on click. So we'll head down over here on click. And then we could start that function up. So just an anonymous arrow function pointing to nav product and executing it. Save that, and let's see if we could get it running now. So if we click this button here, we go to the product CTA page. So we do have a few navigation buttons already hooked up and they're working great. But we want to work on this page, so let's get to it. What is on this page? This first one, it's going to be the title, 2 lines, and the author on the bottom. And we have this nice background, this darker background over here. And we're leaving a lot of room for this piece. That is our fixed piece over here as well. So let's get started now. Head over to product CTA, and we're going to import our courses. So import courses from, and then we just need to find it. It is up to in dummy data. Perfect, and then slash courses. Now we could use this information so we don't have to do that much writing here. That's why I did all that dummy data, so we don't have to write it all in, and it models it after how it will actually be written. But const title, author, and then we have 2 lines we want to take out of it. It was the tagline and the add text. And what that is are these 2 lines. They're just labeled tagline and add text. And that's going to come out of courses. Now make sure you actually put it at the first course because courses is an array. So courses at 0. Now let's start doing our markup here. So our return will need to be wrapped. It'll start with a div with a class name equal to product-CTA. Now that'll be the entire container there. So after that, we'll have another div with a class name equal to product-CTA info. So product-CTA _ info. Now this is the container that has all of this information in it. The alchemy of automation, all the words are in our info container. Because as you can see, our larger container needs to take up the entire screen, while the info one needs to take up a percentage of the screen. Now we just have what's in this box left, so the title, the 2 add lines here, and the author. Let's get them in. So we'll have a div with the class name equal to product-CTA _ info -- title. That's our first one. I'm going to copy all of that so this is easier and quicker to write as we move forward. And inside of there, all you need to do is just put the title that we destructured right up here. Just pop that into there. Now let's make another div for one of the taglines here. We'll do the add text first. We'll do a div class name equal to, and then put all of that in there. Change it to, we're going to call them both tagline, even though this one will be the add text. They both have the same styling, so we don't have to worry too much about that. So just write add text into here. And add text, I would write it like this. I'm almost sure I capitalized the T. So I'm going to do that, and we'll see if we get an error or a problem when we start displaying everything. Next, let's do a div. Actually, it's going to be the same one. We're going to just copy it right down here. And just replace add text with tagline. And then we have one more of these. It's going to be the author. So change this to author, and then also this to author. And let's see what we get on the screen now. Okay, we have all the information that we need. We have the title, we have this line, and that line. That's everything. Let's start styling it up. So in our SCSS, that was right here, we'll make a new file. It'll be called product.cta, and make sure you _b for it, product-cta.scss. And the first thing we'll do is add import, and we need those variables. Great, and now a dot product-cta, and we have our first piece in that box there as well. Now I'm going to bring this into the main, so inside of main we will add import and / we need that product-cta. Okay, now we're set up. I'll split the terminal like so, and then yarn run SCSS to compile our SCSS code as we write it. Now we have this product-cta. I'm just going to make the background color red. And yes, okay, so we're hooked up and everything is working. Let's get to work here. Our position will be relative. Our display will be flex for this entire container here. The width needs to be 100 viewport width like so. So we want it to be the entire screen there. The background color is the color we've used quite a bit. It's that color slate dark. -dark. And then finally, we're going to give it a set height of 36 rem. Let's see what we're looking at now. Very cool. Okay, now we're kind of looking at a very similar thing now. Let's keep it going. I want to see that information, so let's work on that first. This is the @__info box. And remember what that is the box that'll surround this information. So we had the CTA box itself, and that's the entirety of it, and now the .info will surround this information. This will also have a display of flex, and we're going to need the flex direction here because we want these above each other rather than side to side. So change that direction to column, justify the content to space between, and then the width of this will be 56% of the given space. There will be a margin here. Let's do 3 rem and take a look here. There we go. Okay, so we have the separation. It's very hard to see. So I think we should just go ahead and do a color so that these all have color right now so we can see them. So below this, we'll just do a color, and the color will be that gray light color. So it's color -gray -light. Okay, now we could see the words at least. Now we need to get these looking much better. Let's start up with the title. So in info and --title, and inside of title here, let's do the font size first. That will be 3.5 rem, and we will also do a font weight. That will be 800 to make it nice and bold. And there's our title, looking a lot like this title. Very good. Now we'll do the 2 paragraphs on the in-between. So those were called tagline. So n-tagline. We'll do a font size there, 1.8 rem. So a little bigger than normal, but definitely smaller than that title. That looks good. And now we're going to need to do the author as well. So we'll do the author. It's going to be a lot like the tagline, except bold. Actually, you know what? I did it smaller too. So let's do author. And we'll have a font size there. It's a little bit smaller at 1.6 rem. But I want this one to be a font weight of bold. So 800. Very nice. Now we have that pretty much set up on the page, and it's looking pretty much the same. I'm going to bring up the inspector so we could kind of put it at the same area, maybe somewhere around there. That looks about right. Yeah, that looks about right. We need to write the word author before here. That's what I'm seeing a difference, and this does kind of look cooler. So I'm going to put the word author there real quick. That is in product CTA. Before author, just write author. Yes, I do like that. That looks good. I think we have this portion pretty much handled here. Now let's start working on the fixed element that'll be right here. Well, let's head back into product info and make a new page. Well, not a new page, a new piece of this element called product fixed.js. Inside product fixed, we'll do our normal import of React from React. And let's make a const called product fixed. And this is the fixed element. We're not fixing anything here. It's just the fixed element on the page. It stays where it is even while you're scrolling. So export default product fixed. Now I'm going to consider this part of the product CTA, so the class name will include product CTA, but I did want to separate it a bit for us. So now we'll do our first return, and there'll be a div inside of there, and that div will have a class name. That class name will still be product-CTA, then we'll do an __ by now. So this will be the by now, and this part will actually be the -- container. So this is what contains the by now element here. And when we look at this by now container, this fixed element here, there is a photo on the top, a price here, and we did the same thing with the cross out of the price due to the sale, the add to cart, and a course includes with a few points here as well. So we'll split it into top and bottom, the top being this picture here and the bottom being all this text in the button. We'll get to work on that with a div class name equal to, oh, I spelled product wrong here. That will be a problem later. Product-CTA __ by now -- top. And actually, the top is just an image, so just do img here. That's all we'll need is just that image. We're going to need to get the image from our course info, so let's bring that in. So import courses from, and that's in our dummy data, courses. Let's also bring in sale. We'll need that later. And let's get some of that information off right on top. So we'll make a const, and we'll start pulling things off. We need the img, that's the image. We're going to need the price. We're going to need the sales opt-in, and this is if they want to be included in the sales, so true or false. There will be a length, and that's being used right here. The length being 28 hours, how long the course is, basically. And access type. This is like you have access for 6 months, it's a 6-month course, or forever, or whatever it might be, and a certification. So do you get a certification for the course? That's all coming out of courses at 0, our first course. Now that we have our image, let's do an src. So we have a source for the img tag here, and it's going to be img, the image that we brought in right there. Give it an alt attribute and name it what it should be here. It should be the top img, so the top image. Save that, and let's bring this into the product page itself. So in product.js, we're returning the CTA so far, and we want to return product fixed as well. So let's wrap this. And we're going to bring in fragment from React. So just --2 fragment, here we are, and wrap it with that fragment. Now after product CTA, we want to bring in that product fixed. So import it, import product fixed from, and then just find it up to components, product info, product fixed. Now after product CTA, product fixed. And let's take a look. Okay, this is just fine for right now, but we do have the image on the screen. That's what's most important right this moment. So that's just fine for right now. We'll move this into a fixed position after we get everything on the screen. So back to product fixed, and let's get back to work here. We have our IMG here. That's your buy now top. Now we'll make a div for the buy now bottom. So class name equal to product dash CTA underscore underscore buy now dash dash bottom. Inside of here, we have the price. So I'm going to take all of this to write a little bit less. We'll have our price div with a class name, and it'll be bottom dash dash price. Inside of there, we could just put in the price. And you know what, we'll do this later. I want to make it so that this is always the updated price. If there's a sale going on, this portion of it should be the correct price, even after the sale is taken off. But we could do that after we get everything on the screen. I don't want to get too confusing here. Let's do a div with a class name, and the next thing that we need is going to be the add to cart button. So it'll be buy now bottom dash dash add to cart. And like I said, this is a button, so let's change this from a div to an input. Even though we could do it with a div, let's do it with an input. We've been doing that the whole time. So this input can self-close, but we're going to have a few more things inside of it, such as its type. Since it's a button, its type will be equal to submit. We will also have a value. So what is on the button? What's the text there? That is add to cart. Let's save that up. Now under that we have the points. That is this right here. So we have basically course includes, then point, point, point. So let's get that done. So now we'll make our div with a class name, and the class name there will be product CTA buy now bottom dash dash points. Here's where our points will go, and we're going to do just a little bit of styling with some JSX here. We're going to style this as strong, so we don't have to make this bold, even though we want it bold. And what we'll do here is we'll make a U tag, and inside of that, course includes. So we have our bold underlined text. That's what we just said in HTML here rather than doing it in CSS. Now the pieces under it are going to be a different size, so we'll just make one more div for them. Class name equal to product CTA buy now bottom points, and they're going to be smaller. Got to be inside those quotations. Points, it's going to be smaller, so I'm just going to say dash dash medium. Inside of there, we have our list. So a list item. Let's do length first. So length, that will be length. And we brought that in on top. Now we'll have a few more list items. So let's get them going. Two more of them. It's access and certification. Access. And this one, certification, is what it's called in both places. Access is called access type. Now we should have everything. Oh, we did something wrong here. Unexpected use of length. I must have a typo then. Yes, this is not how you spell length. There we go. Okay, now is everything on the screen for us? Yes, it is. We have our top picture, we have the price, add to cart, course includes, and there are our points. And there's our bold underlined. That's why we did those tags there. Follow me along to the next video and we will get to work. Thanks for being with me on this one, and keep coding.